you've reached your download limit. With our new Game Speed Classic 56 Internet package, your speed will remain the same. No download limit, no extra fees, no conditions. A low standard speed, constant 56K connection. Ask us how today.
Miss Hope, sorry to keep you waiting. It's been a very busy morning.
No trouble at all. I was running a little bit late myself.
Please, take a seat. Now, how can I help you?
I've just come to hand in the paperwork that I had to fill out for you.
Thanks. So, this is the joke.
Oh, yes, that's the one.
Why was the square sad? Because his brother was in prison. That's it?
Yes, I wrote it about a month ago, but I only just got round to handing in the paperwork.
I might just remind you that since the creation of this department, it has now become a federal offence not to register jokes with the department. The jokes must be chronicled within 30 days of its creation.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise. That is to say, I didn't know.
No, that's fine. At the moment, there is a moratorium implemented for the first 18 months of the legislation. We are letting people off with warnings. But in the future, please ensure that you correspond any jokes with our department.
Oh, yes, I won't let it happen again. Naughty.
Just looking at it now, it's going to need some work, but I can see that you have been meticulous at filling out all the forms.
Oh, thank you. That was a fair bit to get through.
We have to be meticulous here at the A-Joke. We can't have anything getting out that is unsuitable.
Oh, I understand.
Okay. Well now, your proposal will be processed and will be examined by the relevant departments, or in this case I would suggest departments. Your revised proposal will be sent to you via mail.
Any idea how long the process will take?
I am afraid I cannot answer your question. If we have any queries considering your proposal, we will either contact you via phone or send you an email.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
No, that's fine.
Not an easy one. Here, have a read.
What do you think?
Why was the square sad? Because his brother was in prison. I think the main problem is the square.
Yeah, but don't forget the prison. Some countries refer to prison as a jail. Remember that tomato sauce joke when we failed to incorporate the word ketchup in the actual joke? We had a tourist bureau after us because we ostracized the North Americans and the Europeans.
They were assholes about that. We're going to have to therefore include both prison and jail. I think we should put in some sort of clause.
Well, that's a start.
We need to get started on Square. We're definitely going to have to make changes to that.
Well, I've dealt with the lobbyists of the Quadrilateral Society, so I'll fudge around with some of the words. Their members who are rectangles will be up and armed and not being included. And that's not to forget the outcry that will come from the irregular shaped, four-sided shape that not being included in the joke.
I'll give the society a ring and see if there are any exclusions I might be able to get. That way, if they do kick up a hoo-ha, at least we know we contacted them.
Ah, that reminds me. I've got a friend I've been to uni with, and he dealt with the Square Coalition on the Pythagoras joke, so I'll give him a call and see what he has to say.
There was a case last year. Just a small case. Don't know if you remember hearing about it. Not sure if you were working here yet.
I don't think so. I don't remember hearing or dealing with a joke about shapes. I may have still been at the Ministry of Defense.
I'll have a probe around on the database and see what I can find. I think jokes with shapes in them are a bit of a rarity these days.
Well, if you start working on that, I'll give my friend a call. Actually, I'm going to send him an email. He's a pain to find catch.
It's going to take me a while to trawl through this database. Do you think you could start on the formal section of the report on your own?
That'll be fine.
You can read it first. I really can't be asked. It's been a really shitty day.
The morons from the other department have already gone through and made some of the changes. Actually, for the first time in a long time, it doesn't look like they fucked it up.
You're just still upset that that phone call from that department shagged you at the Christmas party and then didn't want anything to do.
I didn't shag him at the Christmas party, and besides, why do you always bring it up?
It was a good Christmas party, but
Will you just read the fucking joke? And he didn't reject me, I rejected him. He was a shit shag.
if that's what you think.
Just read the joke.
Why was the square sad? Because his brother was in prison. Well, it looks like the others have gone through by the square in prison, so that leaves us with the brother.
The family association will be interested in how we handle this.
The family association. That's the lady with the shoulder pads, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think she's a lesbian?
No.
I always got that vibe.
Yeah, it'd be funny if she was, but I met her husband. Walks with a carrot up his ass. Still, they owe us some concessions because we pulled the plug on that naked grandpa joke.
Shit. Wasn't that a fucking PA nightmare? The minister went fucking mental.
How the department allowed a joke so unprocessed to get out is beyond me.
We did fuck that up pretty badly though. We'll just have to make sure we're thorough with this one.
For this one, we'll have to think about all family members.
There'll have to be some sort of clause that associates the joke not only with a brother.
Normally a footnote is fine for a joke of this kind. Just off the top of my head, we'll have to consider any family member who feels like a brother, including any ethnic connotations of the word brother.
What we'd also have to look into is any family member by marriage, but not forgetting any family members or extended family members that feels like a brother, whether they be male or female.
They'll insist on that, plus they might want more.
As long as we include everyone and make sure that no one is left out.
If we send a strong, well thought out proposal to the Family Association, it should be fine and easy to make any amendments or adjustments we need to make later on.
We need to make sure that no one in the community feels like they wouldn't be accepted within the parameters of the joke.
But I think in just talking, we've already identified some of the minorities who might feel excluded. By the time we go over some similar language-based cases previously, then we should be fine.
Yeah, I know. It's just that when things fuck up, it feels like we're the ones that are always copying the blame.
But we've worked hard to make sure there are safeguards and procedures in the way to make sure that sort of stuff doesn't happen again.
I'll need to get started on a proposal.
I'll give the Family Association a call and see if I can set up a meeting for today or tomorrow. We're going to have to be really quick on this one. We don't have a lot of time and proposal's going to need to be really tight.
Fancy some takeout?
Oh yeah, that Indian place down the road does some great curries. Get some puppet arms too.
Okay, let's take a look. So the original proposal submitted was why was the square sad because his brother was in prison. And it has been altered too. Why was the square? Bracket. Already four-sided shape, both regular and irregular, also including any shape with more or less than four sides that feel they are a square. Excluding squares who are aware they have four sides but feel they don't belong to a regular square-based society. It further includes the understanding of the hard work of 90-degree angles and the role they play within the square-based community. Close bracket. Sad, because his brother. Bracket. This is for any person who feels that they are a brother, including blood-related siblings. It also includes if they feel a spiritual connection with a brother. It further includes any member of the family, extended family, and family by marriage who feels that they are a brother. In addition, the word does not include any people who have no feeling to whether they are male or female. Close bracket. Was in prison. Bracket. The word prison can be disregarded by any people who are offended by the word prison and is interchangeable with the word jail. This is for any people who have no understanding or cultural relevance with the word prison. Close bracket, end of joke. They did a good job. I am sure the minister will be happy with their work.